I'm standing in Maytown, Kentucky, one of the towns most impacted by last summer's floods. But according to neighbors who live here, flooding is always an issue because of the creek that I'm standing right in front of. You can take a look at it right here. Neighbors say the culvert I'm standing on has already had to be replaced twice in the last year. And they say that almost every time it rains, rain flows from up the creek onto roads and to people's front yards, which they say can cause devastating floods. I'm here in Clay where workers are picking up the pieces of a burned sawmill. You can see right behind me the remains of a sawmill that burned down early this morning. Fire officials say the fire began around 12:30 this morning, and crews have been working all night long to put it out. But as you can see, the building is a total loss. After nearly 5 hours of negotiating between Coca-Cola Consolidated and the Teamsters Union, both sides were so far apart in negotiations that they are each walking out without a new contract. The meeting was facilitated by a federal mediator. They're the ones that decided to end the meeting today around 4:45, determining that an agreement was out of reach today. Well, Amanda, the standoff lasted for about an hour and a half, but it was after that the suspect walked out of his home here on Lincoln Avenue in Institute. The home is down the street over there, and as you can see, the heavy police presence that was here about an hour ago or so is now cleared out. We also were there for the moment that the suspect surrendered to authorities. You can take a look at the video now. This is video you'll only see here on 13 News from about 45 minutes ago, the moment that the suspect was taken into custody. For technicians who go into biohazardous environments, it's important that they take safety precautions, including wearing a full body protective suit and a full-face respirator. That's right, Amanda. The old gold and blue didn't get the W today. West Virginia lost to Maryland in the first round in a thrilling game to get March Madness started. The Mountaineer faithful held their breath until the very last second, but their tournament is over. Summer is nearly here, and this year you'll be able to get around unlike ever before, riding your very own scooter in Charleston. The scammer called the Wheelhouse restaurant here in South Hills and ordered the grilled chicken anchor sandwich and said that the chicken tasted raw. Tastes pretty fresh to me. The Nitro Supermarket is set to reopen on Monday under a new name. From here on out, it will now be known as Cook's Nitro Market. Workers have been here all day putting the finishing touches on the store. You can see next to me they've been working on stocking the shelves, hoping to have them all full by opening day so that Nitro residents will finally have their beloved grocery store back. Residents on both sides of the Robert C. Byrd Bridge are frustrated. You can see behind me traffic has been filing in and out for the last hour or so. We're here on the Chesapeake, Ohio side of the bridge. Now notice the traffic cones. One lane on each side of the bridge is closed until further notice as workers repaint and clean the bridge up. There's a very strong belief here in this room that the board will be voting yes to approve the closure of Grandview Elementary School. You can take a look behind me. The families are filing in here in the West Side Middle School auditorium to see if they can convince the Kanawha County Board of Education to keep Grandview open. According to the county school's website, if the board votes to close Grandview, the plan is to consolidate the offices from Roxalana Annex and W.J. Ragland Center in Dunbar. Marmot Elementary and George C. Weimer Elementary, if it's approved for closure tomorrow night, are both expected to be demolished. I'm here at the Putnam County Fair and I'm taking a ride on the Ferris wheel and I'm getting quite the view of Putnam County now. Take a look at this. This is what you get with the first of 10 straight days of summer fun here in Eleanor.
My 2-month-old has not had a bath in his own bathtub yet.
Victoria Graves has 3 kids, and she's lived in Vista View apartments for 4 years. She says ever since she moved in, her hot water turns on and off.
You'll be without hot water or cold water all day, and then you can't wash your dishes, you can't wash the floor, you can't wash yourself.
Graves says she and many families in Vista View Building 1311 haven't had running hot water since December, and they're tired of waiting.
Something needs done. We want something done because we can't handle this no more.
I brought a thermometer with me to test the temperature myself. We checked the kitchen sink and shower, and the warmest the water reached was 64 degrees. Experts say that number should be at least 120 degrees. For Kimberly King, that's completely unacceptable.
I have to boil water, let that cool down, and then put him in the water. I had to make sure it's not too hot and not too cold for him.
It takes almost 2 hours to take a bath, so it's just physically impossible for me to do that, to be able to even get up and go to work.
Kimberly Jefferson showed me her calendar where she notes every day if the hot water comes back or not, and day after day it still hasn't returned.
It has to get done to help us. This is a crisis for everybody. Either you're a single parent or you got families. This is a crisis, and something has to be done.
Residents say they do not know when the hot water will return. The city of Charleston calls VistaView a public housing project, and we've reached out to management for comment, but have not heard back yet. In studio, Sam DeCoste, 13 News.
All right, Sam, thanks so much. We'll follow up on that one for sure.